Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports radio station, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, iTunes, TuneIn, Podchaser, TV Live, Rumble, and more. I am your host, producer, Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah, and I'm here because I want to splatter more hope and happiness on you. So this show has no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words, no Kanye talk, and probably no slap talk, unless I get someone who really wants to talk about it. But I'm so grateful that we get to choose to focus on those things that are right with people, not what's wrong with people. And that's what this show is about. And I have a wonderful lineup. Ran out of time yesterday. Those of you who enjoyed my interview with Carol Baskin, Sam asked me, my engineer asked me if Carol gave me this outfit. The answer is no, but I wore another animal print yesterday, but we'll be talking about Carol's interview today. I didn't have a chance to sort of debrief with you and sort of my impressions of that interview and what she told me. And we ran out of time to show my backstage interview, hashtag Dr. Marissa reporting live with Bailiff Byrd. Those of you who have watched Judge Judy know that her help support for 25 plus years was Bailiff Byrd. And so I caught up with them backstage at Secret Knock. Those of you know I was in San Diego. It's a stage that I get to speak on, as well as interview some really fascinating people. So if you missed my interviews with the astronaut Scott Perzynski and with Carol Baskin, go to my YouTube channel, free subscribe, and you'll get it there as well. Today, I will be playing that interview backstage with his beautiful wife, who's a producer. They met on set, and that story is in the interview. That's when we come back from break. But before we go, it's time for Take a Bite of My Gratitude Sandwich. I think we'll do some and that is the sound for you to stop what you're doing and think of 8 specific things that you are grateful for. That's my Happy 88 tool called Take a Bite of My Gratitude Sandwich. If you start your day every single morning for the next 21 days to create this habit, I promise you'll start the day in the most positive way and you'll start feeling great. And then the bottom of the bun is 8 appreciations about yourself. So we're training ourselves to 1, focus on the good in the morning, and then 2, focus on what's good about us. So we're less likely to be running around looking for approval or likes or positive comments and all of that. All right, so let's start. And Sam has agreed to play with me this morning. He's going to do 3 gratitudes. I'm going to do as many as I can come up with. And if you are eyeballing me right now, and I see a bunch, both on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, thanks to being live now in studio and StreamYard, I'm able to interact with you. So put your comments, put your gratitudes in the comments, and I'll put them up on the screen, or you can actually use the link that's in there. If you'd like to come into the studio and give a compliment, it's Compliment Tuesday, you can do that as well. All right, here we go. Taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. The first thing that I'm grateful for is that I get to do laps in a pool in the morning, even though, you know, my bathing suit says get in the pool and do some laps, but my sweatpants say it's okay. You can stay in bed. So that's my first gratitude. Sam, what's yours?
My first gratitude is being able to still have both my legs.
Ah, good one. My second gratitude is that I'm grateful that I have hot shower in the morning after I get out of the pool.
I am grateful for being able to stay home this weekend. So I have to come
Good. 3, I'm grateful that my younger daughter surprised the living bejesus out of me and flew down from UC Davis. And she talked to me on the phone and pretended she was in Davis. She called at 11:30 at night. I should have known. And she says, hold on, give me like 3 minutes. She was in the elevator. And the next thing I know, there's like turning the key in the door. It scared me, but it was so nice to see her. And you? Yeah.
I'm my third and last. I'm grateful for not being in Ukraine, having to fight a war.
Yes, good one. And while we're talking about Ukraine, let's just take a deep breath right now, in through the nose and release through the mouth. Beautiful. Comfort, peace, remedy, wisdom, resilience, and strength to the people of Ukraine. That's from all of us here. And if you think that doesn't do anything, you're wrong. We're all connected by breath. If you haven't noticed, it's qi in Chinese, called eternal energy. And that's the most beautiful thing that reminds us of how connected we are. We all breathe. And it's also a symbol of abundance, because when I breathe, I don't take anything from Sam or any of you. When you breathe, you don't take anything from me. We all share breath. All right, let's see. Do we have anybody here? Oh, we have my faithful Ismael Cortez tuning in from Riverside. So if you want to be identified with a shout out, just put your chat in there. What are you grateful for, and who do you have a compliment to, are the questions right now before we go on break. And when we come back, we have that interview with Bailiff Byrd. My other gratitude is that I get to broadcast from my living room. I'm grateful that I have reestablished new relationship with Saban Theater. So I have wonderful tickets that I'm going to be doing for Asian Oprah giveaway for some concerts and shows. There's an illusion show. He's going to be my guest on Thursday, and we'll be giving away $70 tickets. So you'll want to tune in for that. I'm grateful that I get to have fun in almost everything that I do, because that's the measure. If I'm not having fun, I try not to do it. And if I'm not having fun on things that I have to do, I use a reward system with Candy Crush. So when I make a deal, and if I finish what I don't want to do, then I reward myself with a little bit of Candy Crush. I'm grateful that yesterday I got my Wordle in 2 guesses. That's number 6. Number 7, I'm grateful that there's so many nice reviews. I don't get the alerts when people do a review on Amazon for my book. And so the other day, I went and I looked, and they're just beautiful. So I'm so grateful. And then finally, I got a text yesterday asking me to write, I don't know if she's going to put a back cover, but a blurb about Ola Ray's new book. Those of you who know that name, she is Michael Jackson's dance partner in the #1 most watched music video, most purchased music video, and that's Thriller. So if you missed my interview with her, it's on YouTube, my YouTube channel, so free subscribe there as well. When she is ready to launch the book, she's going to come back. But that was a nice little thing to do. I love, people were very kind to me on my book, on writing some praise. So it's nice to pay it backward or forward. All right, it is time to go and listen to a little of our sponsor information. If you'd like to be a sponsor on my show, please do contact me at drmarissa.life if you have something to give away. If you'd have a book or a service or product that you'd like to promote, then talk to me about coming on the show. But keep it tuned now for more of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. Hi, my name's Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah and the celebrity host producer of your morning drive time show, 8 a.m., called Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And I'm on a happy 88 mission. That's 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. And therefore, I'm delighted to tell you we're going to start something new that balances out all the bad news and gives you something to smile about. Yes, I'm starting a compliment line. So if there's a compliment that you want to pay someone, maybe your boss, maybe that cute person that you've got your eye on, then you can do so by calling 888-909-1050 and tell my screener that I have a compliment for Dr. Marissa. So I'll put you on so you can give that compliment and feel good about giving it, and the person receiving will feel good as well. There's more than one way to be happy with Dr. Marissa. Keep it tuned here to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show at 8 a.m. weekday mornings here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. Our new What if?
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and the whole rest, along with my YouTube channel, where if you free subscribe, you will get not only the past 667 shows, but who's counting? You will also get my red carpet playlist with interviews with one of your presenters from the Oscars, John Travolta, who gave me not one, but 2 hugs on the red carpet. Who else was there? Pierce Brosnan was in that 007. Trying to remember who else. I know there were a couple of other people that the camera was on and they presented. Oh, Tony Hawk was a presenter and I got to interview him. So all of those red carpet interviews along with Carol Baskins that just happened at Secret Knock last week, and it was on yesterday's show. Then go and free subscribe and you'll get those there. Yes, and we ran out of time yesterday, as I was saying, to show another great backstage interview, and I'm going to go to that right now. His name is Bailiff Byrd. There's another hyphenated name there I don't have in front of me. And his beautiful wife were at Secret Knock. He was on stage with Greg Reed, and he not only is very funny, he also sings. So I got him to sing, but I don't want to give away any of the rest of the interview, but it's very great and funny. So I'm going to play that for you now. So enjoy. Oh, it's always fun doing this.
With Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, iTunes, TuneIn, TV Live, Rumble, and more. I'm Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah, and I'm on location at Secret Knocks, and I am bringing you some really interesting people. And I have two of them right here. I got to hear the gentleman to my left go on stage this week, and I thought, he looks really familiar. I was just coming back from another interview. Why does he look so familiar? And then he said something about Judge Judy, and I went, oh, that's who he is. He's the guy that keeps Judge Judy in line. So I thought I would bring them to the show, and his beautiful wife, that they have things going on that I'm going to let you know. So, without further ado, I don't have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine. And when you call me, it says, who are you and what do you want? So, who are you and what do you want?
Well, I'm Bailiff Byrd from Judge Judy. That's what I did for 25 years. This is my beautiful wife, Makita Bond Byrd. And she also worked for Judge Judy as a producer. So that's who we are. What do we want? We want a better life for everybody in the world. We want world peace, and we want it now. And we'll kill for it.
You'll go to war for it.
We'll go to war for it. Right?
Let's see her version.
Okay, so my name is Makita Bond, Makita Bond Byrd, and I am a producer. I worked on the Judge Judy show for about 6 years. Yeah, and that's how we met.
Oh, that was the other question. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can make this. I want to make it. Nope, it's not gonna do it. All right, so we'll go back.
I don't think it does that.
No, on that one.
This way.
Yeah. So it's a story I want to hear. So I thought maybe you got the job first, and then she came along and was the producer. So I want to hear.
Well, that sort of worked out. That's exactly the way it worked out.
I was only on the show for 6 years.
Yeah, I was on there 19 years before she happened to show up on the scene.
Wow.
And I looked and I said, "The Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want."
That is hilarious. So you go on the job. Did you know he was single?
No. As a matter of fact, I met him in 2012. We were both in separate relationships. We weren't single.
Okay.
And I was working on
the same
on
lot.
the same lot. So I worked for a different show, and he worked for Judge Judy. And I saw him on the lot in his uniform, and I was like, "Oh my God, my mom loves you!" And I took a picture. Yeah. And
Yeah, kid, tell your mom I said hi.
and then we went to a comedy show as friends, and we didn't hear anything back from each other. We went our separate ways. So I went on to working on other shows.
You didn't make the move on her at the comedy show?
No. Well,
No, it
here's the
wasn't
thing.
like that.
At the time I was married, and I nearly, I would go over to her show that she was working on.
Yeah.
and I would take advantage of the green room, you know, go and eat the goodies and
Oh,
stuff like
our
that, and
green
watch
room
the
was
show,
amazing.
you know, and watch their show. And she would come over, you know, and watch our show. Well, you know, it was like, hey, I got an extra ticket to this comedy show. Why don't you meet me over there? And, you know, so it was like, it was that type of vibe back then, you know. So quickly fade out. We didn't see each other or talk to each other for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And then one day I come to work and she walks by me and she's really tall. And she had on her heels, so now she was my height, she was my eye level.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3",
Okay.
you know. And so, you know, to see a woman walking by like eye level with you is like, oh, and she's gorgeous.
The Lord is my
and
shepherd.
then the Lord is my shepherd, I saw what I want, you know. And I asked one of the PAs, I said, who is that? He said, that's Makita. And I went, oh, wow. I said, okay, you know, so we started talking, and she's 27 years my junior, so I was trying to discourage that relationship a little, you know.
Right.
But she's nothing if not persistent, and
That's
right. When people ask me, they say, "Hey, man, how'd you land that beautiful woman?" I go, you know, I just slowed down and let her catch me. I was hobbling at the time, you know, I'm an old man. So yeah. And our relationship started to blossom after that, you know, and
That's beautiful.
we got married 3 years later. Yeah.
3 years later. And how long have you been married now?
3 years coming up this month. Yeah, coming.
No, coming up on 4 years. We got married in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Next week it'll be our anniversary.
Just in case you forgot.
This to show you the mathematics here. I don't think you count the 19, you know.
Well, we technically got married and
We're gonna have to
your
take this
birthday.
to Judge Judy.
The Lord is her shepherd, she counts what she wants. So, you know, listen, I tell you what, if it's 4 years, great. That's just one more year that I've had to be with this person. This is my hero.
So beautiful. Now, how did you first get the job on Judge Judy?
Wow. Okay. So, real quick, Reader's Digest. I used to be a court officer in New York back in the 80s and 90s. You people remember those. And
With the typing thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I left New York in 1990, moved out to California, left law enforcement, and became a high school counselor. While in my capacity as a high school counselor, happened to take a break one day and read the paper. You guys know what a newspaper is. And it's a stone tablet that Moses used.
It came down from the mountain.
And so I was reading the paper, and I was reading Liz Smith's gossip column, and in it, I noticed a name that I knew, Judge Judy Shineland. And it said that she had written a book and that they were developing a TV show for her. I got excited, wrote a letter to her. Hey, congratulations. I wish you well. P.S. If you ever need a bailiff, I still look good in uniform. That little joke turned into 25 years on TV. She called me.
She remembered you.
Oh yeah. Because I was the crazy officer. I mean, it doesn't look like it on 25 years of Judge Judy, but I'm a pretty funny guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
When I want to be, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's how it all started. Sight unseen, she recommended me for the job, and they flew me down.
Acted before?
I had done off Broadway, way off Broadway, like in New Jersey, and
that's way off Broadway. That's overseas.
When you have to go across bridges, when you have to take ferries to get to your job. That's off Broadway.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd done that. I had done stand-up comedy in New York, and
Well, you were prepared for this job.
I was ready. I was ready for it. And so when the door opened up, I stepped through it gladly.
Wonderful, and it's obvious. It's so funny watching the two of you interact on the show. It's just as funny as the cases, because yesterday when you were on stage, and I said my question from the audience was, does she ever bark at you?
Yeah.
And the answer was,
yeah, she barks at everybody. She barks at everybody, but I don't get scared. I give scared. So it's like, all right, go ahead. You yelp all you want to. You understand? Long as my check clears, we're good. Because the thing I would tell her is, I go, keep in mind that I'm the only thing standing between you and them. Okay, so you might not want to be too snippy with me.
If conforming to the world was exploring the world? What if the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, little girl, turns into how many streets of life do you have to explore? What if the purpose of life is not to die with the most toys to leave our squabbling relatives? What if the purpose of life was to do things that we enjoy most of the time? Have relationships that we enjoy most of the time, and use our unique talents, gifts, and abilities to fully express in the dash between birth and death? What if, as a direct result of this horrible pandemic, we could rise out of the ashes with a new PPP, post-pandemic possibilities? The sooner you turn "it's impossible" to "I'm possible," the what ifs become possible too. Because you are loving, lovable, and loved, wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. But it may start with getting out of bed and making it. What if starts with
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Well, I was just saying to Sam that I was getting the handle of operating during breaks, and I messed up and I forgot to unmute myself, which me muted is a rare thing. But what you missed is normally what I do in a station ID break. Welcome back to the show, and welcome back to my interview that I did with Judge Judy's bailiff and his wife. They were Byrd was a speaker on stage at Secret Knock, and Secret Knock is the brainchild of Greg Reed, Dr. Greg Reed, who's a friend of mine. We met years and years ago, and he's been kind enough to invite me to speak on his stage and to attend and cover the red carpet and also do interviews. And so this came out of that. Yesterday's interview was with Carol Baskin. If you missed that and you want to see this again, please go free subscribe on my YouTube channel. So now we're going back to the interview, and I get a little personal, and so does he, and he sings, but I don't want to spoil anymore. So without further ado, we're back to the interview with Bailiff Byrd and his producer wife.
If there was ever a show where you had to snip out stuff, like she lost it, or something did happen now?
Most of the case that people see is exactly what it is. when she gets into somebody's mind about something, that's just the way it is, you know, and that's what America loved, you know, and the world loved about her, is that, you know, she didn't cut any corners, you know. So editing that show was relatively easy. And, you know, I knew the editors on there. They were like, yo, you know, no. You know, if it's a 5-minute case, that's how long she took to do it, 5 minutes. You know, and pretty much everything that was said in that courtroom, the rest of the world got it.
Off camera, she was saying, you called her a bulldog with a lace collar or something like that. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I thought that was a good analogy. Yeah, she, no, but she, in the words of Flip Wilson, what you see is what you get.
Well, that's a wonderful backdrop in history and context building for the show. And you guys are actually doing something now together on a show. And that's one of the things I want to do for you is have you promote and gather and tell us what you're doing.
Come on, baby. Tell me that.
So we actually started this during the pandemic. We were quarantined in the house, and we were having so much fun talking to each other, laughing, and like then we got to tape our show. Well, it wasn't a show at the time. We just wanted to talk to other people. So we got on Instagram Live, and we were just like, okay, like talking to other people, and then it became popular. And it, like my last name was Byrd. I mean.
Your last name.
My last name was Bond. My maiden last name was Bond, and his is Byrd. So bonding with Byrd. Okay. So that's the title of our show, WBW, and we do it every Tuesday night, and then we actually crossed over to YouTube. So yeah, so Facebook, YouTube, you can get Bonding with Byrd on. And what is it? We just did it yesterday. What was yesterday? Tuesday?
Yesterday was Tuesday, yeah.
It comes on every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
9 Eastern for you people back.
That's right.
Which is where a lot of our family and friends are from.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what do you guys talk about?
Oh my God.
Well, we generally start with hot topics, you know, what's going on, and we relatively try to keep it light, you know. We're not
politics.
Yeah, we're not there to bring the news, you know. We know that Russia invaded the Ukraine and everything like that, and everybody else does, but that's for CNN to do, you know. We're like we want to talk about Kanye and his latest. So we do hot topics, you know, things that we find interesting that, you know, that people might want to, you know, just chat about around the water cooler if that's still something that happens.
Yeah.
And
millennials look that up.
and then we have different segments. So we have a segment that I created on Instagram called Tinking Tuesday. Now, you know, you have Man Crush Monday.
1 second, it's getting a little more.
Man Bunches. Hey, you guys want to keep it down? We're busy here.
I have and we'll take it right before Tuesday. This race.
The mask mandate is over.
A tink on Tuesday, and so the Wetback Thursday on our show we call Tinking Tuesday. You know, you have Man Crush Monday, Throwback Thursday, Freaky Friday, or whatever. You know, so I said, well, wait a minute, there's got to be something for Tuesday, and so the West Indian in me so it said Tinking Tuesday. Yeah, you got to tink, man. You got to tink on Tuesday. And so we just talk about whatever thing happens to come to mind. What was it yesterday?
The mask mandate is over.
So. So Tinking Tuesday yesterday was, you know, the mask mandate. They said it's going to be over April 18th. Let me ask you something. Does COVID know that it's supposed to leave town on April 18th? Did anybody tell COVID Because otherwise, you're telling me that 3 days after tax day, COVID has to leave town. But nobody told COVID. Thinking Tuesday. You got to think, man.
Now,
So-
did you grow up with that accent?
I did not. Well, I'm from Brooklyn, where there are more Jamaicans than in Jamaica. You know,
Okay. I've
so
been told that I'm like a Jamaican because I have so many jobs.
so many jobs. There you go. That's right. You got 15 jobs, man. You know, and so we do that. We what's the other thing? We interview guests, which you know, we have some very interesting guests. You know, over the years, I've developed a lot of friendship I've developed friendships with a lot of people in the industry, and those people are very giving. You know, when I call them, I'm like, hey man, you know, I mean, some of these are Oscar winners, famous singers. Yesterday we interviewed Dr. Zarif. Yeah, Dr. Zarif, and he talked about nutrition, and you know, that was a great interview. We had a wonderful time with him, and so you know, we'll have like a 15 to 20 minute interview, and then we talk about keeping it reality. So we like our guilty pleasure is some of the other reality shows, reality, you know. And so we kind of chop it up and give our viewers an insight into what we're watching when we have downtime, you know. And so that's pretty much our show.
So the funny thing is, and I'll take this back for just a second. The funny thing is, my show opening that I didn't do here is no gossip, no scandal, and no K words. No Kanye talk, no Kardashian talk, because I want you to focus on your own reality show and be happy 88% of the time. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
The irony when you said that, because that's how I normally open, and I didn't open like that. Crazy. So your show is the antithesis. Yeah. So if you want the K talk,
that's it. That's it. But we don't spend a lot of time on it, believe it or not.
Okay.
But he's
yeah. So yeah, and you know, the speaker yesterday, I'm not going to mention his name, or the day before, is his life coach. And I'm like, I think you need to.
I know. You're doing such a fine job. Yeah. You know,
I know.
Right. Should have been with his psychiatrist. But hey, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
okay, it's not law.
Yeah, and everybody has a right to my opinion.
That's right. And if you don't have an opinion, I'll give you mine.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one too. Now, to close out, do you sing Acapulco?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Yes, I do.
Because
I sing in Acapulco as much as I can. The Mexican government insists that I come down and treat them to a song.
You want to do a line and treat my listeners to a little bit of a song?
Sure, I'll do that. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones. Loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. And I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time.
Yay! I'm going to put some applause in there. That's wonderful. That's another thing we have in common. I'm a retired lounge lizard myself. So we're going to have to go and do karaoke and do a duet.
Oh.
Well, that would be a lot of fun.
That would be great.
Yeah. So the last question I always ask my guests is, to who or what are you most grateful for? To who or what are you most grateful for? I'm going to give this to you first.
Okay. So I'm most grateful for my husband, because he has proven himself to be the best caretaker. So I had a challenge. I had cancer, and brain cancer at that. So yeah. So March 8th was when I had my first seizure and only seizure. found out that I had a tumor. Then I got brain surgery on April 16th. Yes. No, last year. Yeah. And I couldn't drive. I couldn't like walk or anything. Yeah. So he's the best caretaker. So I'm grateful for him.
Well, here's the deal. When we first got together, she promised that she said, if anything ever happens to you, I'll take care of you. I said, you mean take care of me? And she's like, no. I'll change your diaper and all that. And I go, wow, that's the best thought I had. You don't know how sexy that sounds at 60, and she's kept that promise. She's taking care of me. But when this challenge came up, it let me know that challenges have no age number on them. They just happen. And and so she's my hero. So who I'm grateful to is I'm definitely grateful to God for bringing her into my life, for allowing me the opportunity to look after her and to take care of her. She's my partner. She's my best friend. And I get a chance to wake up every morning next to my hero. This is Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman. She looks at me. She goes, I wonder why your shoes are still underneath that bed. I wonder why these dishes aren't done. So she's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Oh, I love that. And the Lord is my shepherd, right?
Yes, that's right. That's
beautiful.
Yes.
Hashtag relationship goals right here. Yay. If I can have that, maybe I'll be open to dating again. You guys are going to have to do the setup. I haven't had a relationship in 5 years.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna work this out. Listen. This is the matchmaker from hell. She's not. She ain't scored one. She ain't scored one. I'm the quiet one. I sit there and I go, just have them in the same place. They'll work it out.
Really? I'm the matchmaker from hell? Really?
Oh my God! Who did she hook me up with? Just run.
Well, I haven't found anyone that treats me as well as I treat myself. So that's the hiccup.
You have high standards.
I do.
That's right. That's right. Somebody's got to treat you. They got to treat you as well or better than you treat yourself. That's right.
And so it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a card on my birthday that said, there's only 3 words to describe someone who's as beautiful and smart and talented as you, and who's still single. And those 3 words are picky. I'm like, okay, I think I'll take that as a compliment. Wow. Anyways, I'm so delighted to finally have the time to sit down with you. I hope you had fun. I had a blast. Yes. And the last thing that I do whenever I do on location or on a show is a little, let's see, you hold it.
I'll hold that.
Yeah. You do this, and it's exactly what you said at the beginning of the show. Peace in, peace out.
Peace out.
World peace.
World peace. Okay.
Through inner peace.
You don't change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Peace in.
Peace in.
Peace out.
Wait. Peace out.
Wait, start again.
Okay. Peace in.
Peace in.
Peace out.
World peace.
World peace.
Through
inner peace.
Inner peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm all about world peace too.
That's
right.
right. That's right.
So we have a lot in common. Thank you so much.
Well, Confucius say, "Man who make love on ground have peace on earth." So.
Bye, guys.
I can't help it.
He who sleeps with cookie under pillow has crummy dreams.
Oh.
He started it. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from my on-location room virtual studio with the fabulous couple. You'll have to join them on their broadcast, Bonding with Byrd, Tuesdays at night on YouTube and Instagram now too. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So go check them out. Thank you so much for listening in. Remember, we did the balance part, peace in, peace out. So go forth and multiply the piece that you are. And don't say anything about being a piece of. I heard him say it in my ear. And don't forget, have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.
Here we go again. Wasn't that amazing? I just loved interviewing them. I hope you go and enjoy their show. Just an amazing couple and very funny, obviously. And laughter is my most favorite sound in the world. Did you, don't forget, you can always chat with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the chat is open if you have any comments like Ismail just did about that interview. Please do put it in the chat so I can say hi. Compliments are today, and you can always call in. It's 888-909-1050. So I was going to, let's see, do we have time to talk? Yeah, we do have time to talk. So I have not, this morning I did not check the state of what was going on. And, you know, I love movies and I love watching the Oscars, and I try to watch all the movies to see, and then I guess myself and see how well I did. And I'm so, so grateful that Coda won Best Picture, not just because American Sign Language is my absolute most favorite language in the world. Those of you who know, I have a whole separate playlist where I brought in American Sign Language interpreters, and they interpreted the interviews that I was doing. Layla Ali is one, Muhammad Ali's daughter. Rick O'Berry, when he called in from Taiji, Japan, he's the guy that did The Cove, which is the cousin of the Blackfish special on CNN, dolphin activist. So all those interviews you can actually watch if you are from my deaf community. So it's the playlist is called Radio for Our Deaf Community, and I want you to enjoy those. And so when Tony, I guess, I'm so bad with names, but the Best Supporting Actor, his speech made me cry. It was just so beautiful. And the fact that it was an indie film, no major studio backing, what an accomplishment. And I'm so, so grateful that it got recognized. So I wanted to recap the Oscars with that first, because I think that is like so important that it did not get overshadowed by the slapstick, not funny, non-comedy occurrence that happened, that we don't remember the Oscars just for that. But I am, a couple of comments on that. I absolutely am glad that there was a formal apology by Will Smith. And I saw an apology by Chris Rock that I posted on my social. Instagram is Doc Balance, and everywhere else is Dr. Marissa. Oh, TikTok's, don't tell my daughters, is Dr. Marissa Happy 88. But I posted that yesterday, and I just found out that the second post from Chris Rock is actually not from Chris Rock. That's what they're saying. So I'm leaving it up because I'm hoping that it's like setting an intention that will come as well. And I'm hoping too that we're, you know, what the pandemic and what has happened with Trump and face masks and COVID is, we've never been so blatant about our own hate for people who don't agree with us. And it's never more apparent than on social media. And you know, I did my best yesterday to balance out some of that. I don't think I was very successful because people are still angry and arguing and aggravated and insistent on their view. And I'm just hoping that my appeal to focus on your own reality show and to find things that make you feel good, thoughts that make you feel good, ideas that make you feel good, conversations that make you feel good instead of angry and aggravated and bitter and revengeful. That is our choice. And so it's kind of sad. There were people who I could see, they were all day, that's all they talked about. If someone posted something, they reacted to it, and like that's a whole day that you just spent not complimenting, not affirming, not respecting, not hugging, not creating, not innovating. And so that's my 8 cents worth, is that I hope that anything that comes across our attention, that before we react, that we take that breath and ask ourselves, is it kind? Is it true? And is it necessary? And this is a tool that I got from Dr. Dave Simon, who was a doctor, neurologist, who co-founded with Deepak Chopra, the Chopra Center, that we do that we absolutely take that breath and ask ourselves those 3 questions before we post, before we speak, before we pick up the phone, before we chat, because it's our choice if we want to choose happiness and be happy 88% of the time. This is Dr. Marissa with my 8 cents worth here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show number 668. So glad that you're here. Now remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Go forth and have a very happy day. Have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.